everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your work week forecast for May 16th through the 20th. And the big weather event this week is actually today, and we have a pretty good chance of seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms that could bring some damaging winds, and certainly some power outages are possible. So that's the highlight of the weather week. Unfortunately for the week, this week, we will cool off big time. Well, not big time, but towards more normal May temperatures, maybe even a little bit below average from Tuesday through Thursday before we look to warm up again for Friday. And it looks like that will continue at least into Saturday going forward throughout the week. So we're going to start off with satellite because it shows the big picture. Here is our developing, here's our front with a storm, and what you can see is here we've got everything in place we need for some pretty strong thunderstorms. I'm sure you've noticed it's warm this morning and it's very humid. Those are the two ingredients we need in place. And then we've got to have a trigger. And here's our trigger, a pretty good piece of upper level energy, pretty mid and upper level energy here. We've already got some storms developing. I'll show you that on radar as we go. But as we get heating of the day, we're going to have plenty of sunshine here across upstate New York and western New England to get us started. And across southern Vermont, that'll give us plenty of heat, plenty of moisture to get our thunderstorms going today. I think the thunderstorms will be stronger to our west. We're not in the perfect spot for this. It's more kind of to our southwest, south of Albany, down towards just west of New York City, I think. Eastern PA, I think, is where the strongest thunderstorms will be. But I do think we're still definitely in line for some potential when it comes to those thunderstorms. So we're going to have to really keep an eye to the sky as we go through the afternoon. If you hear thunder, and particularly later in the afternoon, I'll go through timing with you here in a little bit. You're definitely going to want to head inside and try to just make sure that you're, got a good sturdy shelter around you because we could have wind gusts of 60, 70 miles an hour. Briefly, not the kind of thing, obviously, it's just the kind of thing that can take trees down and stuff like that. So we're going to have to, just be aware of what's going on this afternoon. Here's the radar presentation. You can see we've already got quite a bit in the way of activity to our west, even some thunderstorms starting to build here across just west of eastern Ohio, western PA. This is going to take all day to get through here. We could have a few thunderstorms. You can already see some echoes here of some storms that might bubble up ahead of time. Those would not be as strong, but they could potentially have some lightning associated with them and some briefly heavy rain. That could happen anytime this afternoon, but I think the line of thunderstorms holds off till sometime between about 5 and 7 p.m. here for us in southern Vermont. So that's when the strong to severe thunderstorms are likely to happen, 5 to 7. But prior to that, we certainly have the opportunity to see some pop-up stronger showers and thunderstorms. Getting a pop-up shower and thunderstorm earlier in the day, sometimes that means that it saps a little bit of the energy out of the atmosphere, and maybe that means we don't get as strong of a second of a swing through of the actual front, but it's not a guarantee either. A lot of times, actually, when you get those early morning ones, it can just kind of prime the atmosphere, but we're not going to see any of those, I don't think, until afternoon today. So in terms of the setup, first of all, obviously dew points here. You can see we're well up into the mid-60s. This is really our first stretch where we're feeling quite humid here across southern Vermont over the last 2-3 days so far this year. Oops, and I thought I had a temperature map for you, but apparently not. So temperatures are also up in the mid-60s already sort of today, basically at the dew point. That's where we had all the fog this morning. Temperatures will quickly rise into the upper 70s and low 80s today as we head forward. In terms of today, the details for the severe storms, stray storms possible anytime after 1 p.m. An organized line of storms likely between 5 and 7 p.m. That's when the severe stuff comes through. The organized line of storms could bring damaging winds. Scattered power outages are likely, particularly wherever we see one of those storms. Lots of lightning and briefly very heavy rain. I don't think here to our west there's an isolated chance of a tornado. I think here, first of all, that's always kind of limited with all the terrain we have here in southern Vermont. And also, we're not in the strongest portion of our setup is not quite as strong as it is to our west for this situation. So in terms of our work week forecast, though, like I said, severe storms today, warmest day of the week, probably maybe Friday might rival it, but warm today in the low 80s, very muggy. It's going to feel like summer. Tomorrow feels much more like spring, and we'll be down in the low 60s, breezy, drying out. We could see, I didn't put it on here, but we could see a stray sprinkle, especially at the higher terrain as we're in kind of the on the backside of the low pressure system as it starts to wrap up to our east. Wednesday, pleasant day on Wednesday, really a pretty nice day, a little cool for this time of year, but not bad, especially after we've been so warm. Start off kind of chilly in the upper 30s. We find ourselves getting up to about 60 degrees. Thursday, this is not like heavy rain, and I think it could be more of a showery nature, but we will definitely see some rain on Thursday, and full clouds all day. Thursday's kind of a gray day. Holds temperatures down into the 60s 50-degree range, but then we really start to get some southwest flow in our direction on Friday. Temperatures go back above average, and we're up near 80 on Friday, with lows starting off the morning around 50 degrees. And then as we head towards the weekend, it looks like we could be even warmer than Friday. We may even jump a few more degrees up as we get real warm towards the end of the week. In terms of our work week highlights, strong to severe storms today. Much cooler weather Tuesday through Thursday. Rain on Thursday. Brush fire danger thankfully has subsided. I don't think we'll see any issues with that this week. And now we're starting to green up, so that also helps bring an end to the brush fire danger. Really for a lot of the summer, a lot of times, if we get a real dry stretch, sometimes we got to be careful. But the real impactful brush fire season has hopefully ended for all of us here across southern Vermont. And heat will build again by the end of the week. All right. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, certainly feel free to give a quick shout out. Pay attention to your phones. Usually get those highlights. If you get a severe thunderstorm warning today, I take that seriously, as it is likely that we could see some pretty strong thunderstorms. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons who help support what I do here, and encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't before. Make sure that you won't miss any of my videos.